But pickup of this thing is actually pretty good, and it does drive relatively well. Like, even for a car park, I feel like I know car parks now here in China. This thing is actually driving really, really well.
Lepas, leopard, leap, and passion. All in one word. To be honest, they can't quite figure out if it's leopard or leap. Just when you thought you had seen it all, this is the new Lepas L8. What is Lepas? Well, Lepas is a new sub-brand by Chery. Yes, Chery, the one that already has many, many sub-brands like Chery and Jaecoo and iCore and so many more. Well, they're coming out with Lepas. Lepas means leopard, leap, and passion. But this car is more interesting than just a bit of an odd name. This is a new car coming to Australia literally within the next few months. It's called the L8. Under the skin, it does share a lot with the Chery Tiggo 8. However, it is one of the wildest new cars I have seen coming out of China in a long time, simply because of the customization of it. So this one here is purple with a Tiffany Blue interior. This thing is just absolutely insane. So I'm going to take you through all of its very weird quirks and features, as Daddy Doug would say. We're going to check out the exterior, the interior. We're going to talk about what engine is going to come with when it comes to Australia very, very soon, and some speculative pricing. Of course, we'll check out its practicality as a family SUV after all, and we're going to drive it here in China, which is one of the weirdest places to drive a car because it's going to be in a car park. That's just how it is, guys. And then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Should you be really excited for the new Lepas brand and the Lepas L8 when it comes very, very shortly? Let's talk about that. So what will a Lepas L8 cost you when it does come to Australia? Well, like I said, despite everything that Lepas has told me, based on my own research, this thing under the skin is pretty much identical to the Chery Tiggo 8. It rides on the exact same 2.8 meter wheelbase. I'm pretty certain the platform underneath it is also the same, even though they're telling me it's different. I just struggle to believe it until they have solid proof in my hands with spec list, which they can't give me. Yeah, this thing to me is a Tiggo 8 under the skin, and you'll see that on the inside. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yes, it's a cheaper car, but at the same time, don't you want cheaper cars, more affordable cars? I certainly do. So I reckon this is going to start somewhere about $45,000 for the entry level. Typically, Chery brings out two models, so there'll be a low spec and a high spec, and the low spec is already fully spec'd. So this one here, maximum would be about 50 grand. And I think for what you are getting for your money, that is a very good deal. Let's talk about Lepas. So as you can see, the Lepas logo is spelt out there. It's meant for youths like you and me. You know, that's who are the people who are going to buy this car. So in fact, maybe it could come even cheaper if it's targeted towards younger people. Although they did say high net worth young people. So maybe not. You do have these very cool leopard eye daytime running lights. They're nice and bright. They actually look really good. Split headlight design there as well. By the way, I'm sorry I'm so filthy. I just went off-roading in an iCore V23, and that's what happens. You have a massive grille here as well with a 360 camera, a very, very good 360 camera, and this thing is loaded with technology as well. But otherwise, a pretty subtle design, except for the fact that we have purple here and that Tiffany blue interior. You can get this thing in a wild number of colors. If you have a look at its baby brother, the L4, that comes in like bright orange, bright green, and bright like magenta, something you would have seen on a Mitsubishi Mirage not too long ago. But yeah, this is the big selling point of this car. It's customizability and the fact that it does look pretty crazy and quite unique. And I do like that in a world of white, silver, and black vehicles. Let's check out the side. Now, this isn't actually all that small. The L8 is relatively big, 4.7 meters long. For a mid-size SUV, it is one of the larger ones, but you'll see on the inside, the space in this thing is unbelievable. Here you will find your 19-inch wheels. They are mostly, well, very hybrid-y and electric-y. You can see that most of it is actually covered up. That is for aerodynamics. And they're wrapped in some cum-ho extra tires. Let me know what you guys think of that pronunciation. You have a 360 camera here, flush door handles. Again, that is for aerodynamics, but I like these. I think it makes the body of the car look quite nice, actually. Very tinted privacy glass as well, roof rails. You have your charge port here, but we'll come back to that soon. And let's talk about the back, because it looks suitably Porsche to me. Now, I actually think the back of this thing is by far the best looking angle. The front is whatever, but the back looks really good. And I think it looks really good because this paint was a Porsche Macan option for quite a long time. And this light bar is exactly like the old Porsche Macan, but I actually don't mind. I think if you're going to copy something, copy the good stuff. And I think they've copied the good stuff. I do like it. It's a very, very bright LED light back here, and a very big third brake light there too. Lepas, leopard, leap, and passion, all in one word. To be honest, they can't quite figure out if it's leopard or leap. there are conflicting messages from within Chery. But anyway, let's just say it's Leopard, Leap, and Passion. You have CHS spelt out there very proudly, which is the Chery Super Hybrid system, which is a very good plug-in hybrid system, which again we'll come back to. You have your L8 badging there, with some very wavy, diffusery stuff going on too. And then there's the bum space. The bum space on this is just incredible. Like I said, this thing is 4.7 meters long, but the amount of space that they've managed to fit on the inside is just incredible. So heaps and heaps of space back here. They haven't quoted a number, but it is a lot. You could definitely fit like 2 large suitcases in there. You also have underfloor storage, and interestingly, there is a badge here, and this badge says this: caution, temporary use only. You only get that if you have a space saver spare wheel. So this thing might actually come with a space saver spare wheel, which is really good for anything with a battery underneath the body, which is a pretty big battery too. You can of course drop the rear seats as well, get more space. You also have a household socket here as well. Because of its plug-in hybrid system, this thing does have a vehicle to load. How good. I really like it. Let me know what you guys think though of the design. That is the biggest selling point of this car, the design. And when you see the interior, you might flip out. So let's check that out. Guys, this interior, I can't get over it. The Tiffany Blue, I kind of love it. If you're a watch guy like me, Tiffany Blue is one of those colors that have really come back into fashion recently. So it's just funny to see it inside of a car. I have not seen it outside of like custom Cullinans and things like that. But my God, it's actually really well built in here. Very, very soft materials. I like how they've gone for the suit pinstripe material. You can tell that they are really trying to go with a proper design in here, like very fashion focused. And I think they're doing a great job. This steering wheel feels great to hold in the hands. It's a bit of a squircle, but buttons here to control absolutely everything. Feels nice to hold on to. The displays. Now, they say again that the technology is very different. This looks like the same screen as what you'd find in a Jaecoo, and I reckon it would be, like a J7. It's a great display though. There's nothing wrong with it. Very, very snappy. Your air conditioning controls are in the screen, but you do have physical controls here as well, which is good to see. They're listening to feedback. I would have hoped though that this was like a volume control, but it's actually your drive mode selector, which is whatever. But anyway, it's a good display, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. I like it. Same with these seats. Now, they don't have any adjustable under thigh support, which I swear to God, Chery, just add it. It's not that hard. But at the same time, they do have enough just statically. You can't move it around, but it's fine, but still, it should be there. Storage is galore. So again, under this Tiffany Blue center armrest, you have heaps of storage space and an air conditioning port. Got a couple of cup holders there. A fast 50-watt wireless charger, which I can charge my Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. Shout out to us over at TechSauce, our tech channel. If you want to go see an absolutely wild iPhone competitor from China, yeah, definitely go check out that video. I'll leave a link below. You also have a little storage area under here with a 12-volt wonky, a USB-A port and a USB-C port. Your glove box is pretty massive actually, and your door bins as well are also pretty big. And up in front of you, this thing is so new, like it's literally such a new brand. They haven't even taken off the stickers from this first ever press car. But anyway, you have a digital display up in front of you, which is fine. It's nothing too special, it's just good. But yeah, overall, I'm super duper impressed with the front of this interior. Like it is nice in here, guys. But what's back seats like? Because that's also very good. Alrighty, back seats now of the L8. What's it like? Well, that's a solid thonk. Soft touch materials, that's a good start. And oh my God, look how much space I have. At 5'11", I've got enormous amounts of legroom. Like this is like Mercedes Maybach levels of space. I can literally fully stretch out. My toe room is fantastic as well, obviously, and headroom is very, very good too. The seats, they're too flat. So the base of these seats are far too flat, and so you're gonna be slipping and sliding around for sure. And of course you can't adjust them, but hey, at least they look nice in, again, Tiffany Blue. This face, it's like a screaming pig. Your eyes are your air vents, your nose is your charge ports, and your mouth is this open area here. It's a weird look to me, and everyone who sees it will never unsee it, but at least it's practical. You have your map pockets here, and of course a fold down center armrest with a couple of cup holders. And I do like the ambient lighting as well. But yeah, the back seats of this thing are absolutely incredible. Apart from the fact there isn't a lot of like under thigh support, everything else is literally class leading. So I think a lot of people are gonna really like spending time in the back of this thing. Just like you're gonna love using CarSauce Buy. That's right, we have our car buying service, CarSauce Buy. Scan the QR code on your screen now, or just Google us, CarSauce Buy. We have a dedicated team of car buyers who go out there and negotiate on your behalf to get you the best price possible on any new car. And best of all, it is obligation free. You don't have to commit to anything until you actually want to buy the car. So if that sounds good to you and you want us to do all the heavy lifting for you, make sure you Google CarSauce Buy or scan the QR code, and my dedicated team of car buyers will help you just like we've helped thousands of Aussies. All right, right, let's talk about the engine. Okay, so what about the engine? What does it come with? Well, like I said, it is Chery's a super hybrid system, and under the skin, despite what they say, this really is a Tiggo 8. So it uses the Tiggo 8's SHS system. That's not a bad thing. It's a plug-in hybrid, meaning you have a 1.5 litre turbo petrol 4-cylinder engine, and on its own, it puts out 105 kilowatt of power, 215 Newton meters of torque. Essentially the same engine that you would find in a Tiggo 4. But of course, there's an electric motor, which on its own puts out 150 kilowatt of power, and combined the total system output is 255 kilowatts of power, 525 Newton meters of torque. It also comes with an 18.3 kilowatt hour battery that gives it a really good WLTP only range of 95 kilometers, which is good considering the battery isn't actually all that big. You can also DC fast charge it up to 40 kilowatts, which is fantastic too. And right now this is a front wheel drive setup, but it can also come as an all wheel drive setup, which would be super interesting to see. Just like it'll be interesting to see how it drives around a Chinese bloody car park. So let's do that.
All right, guys, now it's time to drive the new Lepas L8. We're gonna put this thing into sport mode. We're gonna put our foot down and off we go. Here we go. Gentle takeoff, but at least it didn't spin the wheels. I can't do a 0 to 100 here, though we're getting kind of close. They love when I do this here in China. Yeah, so we are driving on essentially just a car park, but they've set up a slalom, so that is pretty damn good. In terms of handling, I've got to say immediately, you know, it does feel a bit sportier versus a Tiggo 8. A Tiggo 8 just likes to waft quite a lot, whereas this isn't really that. The steering is, though, quite light. Even in sport mode, it's still, yeah, I can feel that it's quite light indeed, and we're going to test that out. We'll go through some slaloms in just a second. But pickup of this thing is actually pretty good, and it does drive relatively well. Like, even for a car park, I feel like I know car parks now here in China. This thing is actually driving really, really well. So let's go through some cornering, certainly body roll, but still better body composure than that of a Chery Tiggo 8. It does drive pretty good. I don't mind it. It doesn't have that softness of a Chery Tiggo 8. So even though this is a short test drive, I've got to say, I'm kind of impressed.
Now look, that was the extent of my test drive. But I've done this many times, and I just know from the seat of my pants, this drives better than a Tiggo 8. So that could be a big draw for someone who wants something that just is a bit more fun and dynamic to drive versus something like a Tiggo 8. So yeah, that's good. By the way, this is the new Lepas L4. Check out that color. Let's get into our final thoughts. Alrighty guys, final thoughts now on the new Lepas L8. Well, like I said, Lepas, I'm just kind of struggling to see how they're going to really differentiate it from something like a Chery Tiggo 8. It really is very similar in my opinion, apart from the wild customization choice. I mean, purple with a Tiffany Blue interior. I just don't know how that's going to age. Under the skin, we know it's going to be very competent. We know that the powertrain is very good because we've driven it in the Chery Tiggo 8 with its super hybrid system. But honestly, I'm more curious to hear what you guys have to say. Please let me know in the comment section below, because Lepas are watching this video right now. What do you think about this new brand? Are you excited for it? Maybe you're really, really excited for the customization options, and who knows, because it's a brand for youths, it's going to be even cheaper. I'm not sure. But also for the L6 and L4, let me know if you guys want to watch a review of those. Of course, like the video as well. It really helps the channel out, and please do subscribe. That also helps. And if you want to buy any new car in Australia, you want the best price possible, just Google CarSauce Buy. Our dedicated team of car buyers will help you out. Ciao for now.